They even said they were carrying what? Cylinders and, gas cylinders and,
Yes, but if it falls, if you have overcome...
They said BB cartridges are different from empty BB.
Spent cartridges.
Cartridges. There's a difference.
They didn't say
what we have are live rounds, which they are claiming
for military to write this. If they were spent, they would have written it in.
If they were spent,
they should have
stated.
But I'm saying an argument can... We are all speculating here, but an argument can be made that the other people took the guns away, isn't it?
The people who were injured, they took their guns
away.
No,
it was a mob of over 100 people.
No, they said 60.
Some are 60.
From their statement.
Yeah, okay, a mob of 60 people. 10 are shot. Won't the others recover the guns? Because guns are prized possessions. I'm saying you can look at it that... So are we saying that there were no guns?
Let me ask you, if we were together, and one of us was to take a bullet, you would come to recover the gun?
I'm not in the mind of...
I never dealt with that kind of thing. It's very unlikely.
It depends. It depends on how valuable the gun is.
No. Your life is more valuable.
Every human being.
Yeah.
You are
Let's
with
not
a friend,
intelligence
and the friend, you are carrying weapons and one is shot. Probably you are fleeing and one is shot. You go back to recover when the bullets are still flying.
You'll be running.
You will run for your life.
Because I don't believe they stopped shooting when those people were shot.
It's vague, it's hollow. Okay, because when you look at it, they say to preserve life if necessary. It means they have no business being there. It means their first priority being there is not to preserve life.
It's to protect.
Because they are saying that to preserve life.
If necessary.
If necessary.
Yes.
To preserve life. Life must always be preserved. Because you see, the rule of natural justice, self-preservation, is important. So you will preserve your life and attempt to preserve the other person's life. So when you write,
but that comes to confirm what we're saying, that the military is trained to shoot and kill. They are not about preserving life. They are about
protecting the property. Yes, I'm sure there are orders there. Their orders there was probably to protect. I mean, I think with the issue,
not to protect they are there to protect the gold and not even the AGC workers themselves. Because what they have written means that they are being there
to protect the gold.
Protect just the gold, nothing else. That is how hollow and empty their statement is.
I think we expect more from them. The investigation come out.
People are dead.
There are also messages I've received from people that work inside the mine. I'm saying I am not, in no way was I trying to politicize this issue. There's obviously a political twist. There's always been this issue of the people in Obuasi, especially the youth, being disgruntled with Anglo Gold and feeling like they are not getting sufficient access to the resources on their land. This has always been an issue. The difference now is that it was one of the issues that the current government campaigned to the people of Obuasi on. And anybody who is aware of the situation knows it.
They campaigned to them.
Yes, and I've sent you 2 videos on that.
What happened? What did you tell them?
2 videos to that tone. The message I received from one of the miners, I don't know if I can read it, but it also says that was the atmosphere when they were going there. Their government is in power. So till we are honest about these issues, to tackle the issue head on,
my time is up, but to have a number of 60 youth beseeching a mine site, what happened to intelligence?
Exactly.
But exactly. And you see that's
a week prior, I picked some, and that's why I said there's a lot I can say. But I just think that what my fellow panelists just said. You see, once we tilt towards that angle, then it means that they were intentionally killed.
No.
Now I'm coming. I'm not saying that is what you are saying. I'm not saying that is what you are saying. But the moment we say that, because you know the tension that characterized our elections and how the military themselves sensing that there could be bloodshed and decided that they would not be in frontline election duties. Okay. So but we also do know that we have people in uniform who affiliate to both parties.
Yes.
So what it means is that, okay, sir, per what you are saying, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to say that is you are trying to justify their killing. But if we are to go by that analogy, that someone said something, and that is why they went there. And so if I am a soldier who probably say, okay, who does not believe in what these people said because I'm against them, and you come, and I believe that you are coming because of what they said, and I have a weapon, I'll kill you.
No, but on principle, that is wrong.
No. So what I'm trying to say is that let's not justify. Because if we are not careful,
it is very interesting
tomorrow it will happen again,
on the
and we'll
issue
end up there.
of Galamsey, that now that the shoe is on the other foot, the conversation is
changing.
What I am saying with all of this is not to justify their killing. Let me just make it clear, because we are on TV. It is not to justify their killing. It's terrible that
do you remember Joe Osei-Wusu's comments?
It's terrible.
But do you remember Joe Osei-Wusu's comment that shoot to kill?
And this is something I never agreed with. I think it has come up on your show before in the old studio, and I said it's something I never agreed with.
He even had a second opportunity to confirm or deny that. He said, he still stand by the
I do not agree with that. But what I'm saying is, to be able to deal with this issue, if we were able to watch the 2 videos, it would put the thing in perspective. Because one of the people sitting at this meeting granted an interview to another media house recently after the incident to say that he was there. So don't you think the easiest way to deal with these disgruntled youth will be for the people that they hold some allegiance to talk to them that, okay, we'll find a legitimate way of giving you the land. Don't go and try and take it over. Don't you think that's an easier thing to do than to sit here and then speak in vacuum like we don't know what actually is happening? That's what I'm talking about. Nobody's trying to justify. There's no way to justify any killing.
Okay, you have the last one.
Remember, I mentioned and I said that we need to have these consultations with the community and the youth to find out what it is that they're looking for. Nobody's going to justify this thing. Nobody's justifying it. But let's find out, how do we move forward on this? Do you understand? The shoe is on the other foot, yes. We say we will tackle illegal mining. And you see, I keep saying there's a difference. Small scale illegal mining and mining in the water bodies. Whole different game. We've seen what has happened in the past 8 years. We will address this issue because it is more deep-seated.
The confusion stems from
that, people should just go because their parties in power. It's
small-scale mining, and then we have community mining.
We have community mining. That's what I'm saying. That you see, we all, of course, let's not sit here. We're not there, but let's engage the youth in Obuasi. They have an MP. In fact, he's an MPP MP. We campaign in Obuasi. We didn't tell the youth that, when we come, enter AG and go and do whatever you want. That would be so irresponsible on our part. In fact, the middle ground people who listened to our policies and voted for us would even have shunned us. Do you understand? So those will be unfortunate comments that anybody from our side will make. I'm saying we will engage the Obuasi youth because this thing has happened before, again and again. We do not, and President Mahama will not want this to continue. Let's deal with it. In fact, let's tackle the base issue because there must be something underlying there. They want something. They feel like, they need to get a share of what happens in Anglo. We're not saying they should go and take over, but engagement. Right. I think that is how these things will stop, so that we don't get Ghanaians of any whatever being shot in the way that they were shot and killed.
Okay, so we didn't have enough time to go through oral and all. Updates have come, but maybe continuing tomorrow, we definitely might make some time for it. Today, you wanted to say?
Yes, I think that there still has to be some changes at the military high command because some of these things are very disturbing. And for me, it's not gratifying seeing Ghanaians. I don't know how innocent they are, but just like one of your testers said, even now we have outlawed the death sentence. And so when you are convicted, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. It means that even our legal system cherishes the rights to live, and so no soldier trained or should take the laws into his own hands and kill these people in this gory manner. And so for me, some of us are still expecting to see some changes at the military high command because that is the only way some of us will trust the system. Because then, like I said, there's a lot I know about this that won't be for the general public. It will be discussed.
Not on air.
Yes, I won't even sit here and say it off air. With this sense, you say it when you are we do a lot behind us, and I think there still has to be changes at the high command because these things, even if you look at their statement, very old. These things were happening during the apartheid regime in South Africa, and then you have people dying at mines, disused mines, and then you write a statement like this. I mean, respectfully, Brigadier General Agrekwashi, this statement, I don't know whether he gave it to one of his trainees to write, but it doesn't, how can people be carrying cylinders? Are cylinders bombs? These are,
maybe for gas explosion.
Yeah, you got it. So these are the things they recovered. So these are the things they recovered. And they said that people were shot in the mines. And so I think this thing should be I just think that a lot should happen at the high command. Most of the people there have said, don't deserve probably to be in command positions. Let's put them in various offices to be doing other
So
things,
who carried those who were shot in the mines to the hospital? It was who? The military?
I saw videos that suggested that they were assisting in treating the injured. I don't know if you
so the military shot them and carried them.
That is, you see, as a military officer,
because when you kill somebody, you have
if you are well trained, you have shot the person, probably the person is dead. A medical doctor would have to be someone who would certify to say the person is dead. But at that point, when you should have invited the police, because so straight away they themselves started tampering with the evidence.
They were trying to provide first aid.
No, it's not first aid. When someone whose head has exploded on impact has exploded, obviously we don't have headless people walking in Ghana.
No, I'm not talking about that. The video I saw, it looked like there were 2 injured people on the ground with an army officer who
that would be different.
So that's the only one I'm speaking
So we're talking about those
that would be different. But
those that were shot,
those who were dead and they were loaded them
into the car.
As a military officer in a democratic Ghana, what they should have done was to wait for the police to come. Secure the scene. Because at that moment, you need the homicide unit to come in and you preserve, if you were not hiding anything, preserve the evidence.
Wait, I have a question. Is that for the military police or...
No, that's the military police. The military police, they have nothing to do with us civilians. So you have the Ghana Police Service. They are in charge by law to do these things. So once these things happen, unless of course you suspect the person still has life in him and maybe you want to, but those who, some of them exploded on impact, you carried them in a very disturbing manner into trucks and transported them. And so my question is that they themselves, if you are trained as a military officer, properly trained, they go on peacekeeping. I'm expecting that you preserve the crime because it's a crime scene. What has happened is a crime.
The chain of
they did it.
The chain of evidence or something like that.
They tampered with, and so that's why I was saying, who knows? They might have tampered badly with the evidence because they should have waited for the police to come. They should have just called in of the place for the police to come. Then we will say, but at the moment, I'm just wondering what kind of report would actually be received.
I think the coroners will still be able to do a good job. Just looking at the injuries, you'll be able to tell the direction.
But first-hand information and evidence would have helped.
Oh yes, I mean, obviously, everybody wants to see more from this investigation. There are so many questions that are left.